Hi everybody, my name is Vaughan, and today I'm going to be talking about drones and how they're used in war. And this presentation hopefully provides insight into drone technology and how this technology has advanced over the last 2 decades. And this is from my perspective as a computer science student at the University of North Carolina in Charlotte. So, can I have 3 people read these definitions, please?
I would first one. AI. AI, or artificial intelligence, refers to the capability of computational systems to perform tasks typically associated with human intelligence, such as learning, reasoning, problem solving, perception, and decision making.
Alright, so drones are an unmanned aerial vehicle or unmanned aircraft system, commonly known as a drone. It's an aircraft with no human pilot, passengers on board, or crew, and is instead remotely controlled or autonomous.
One more. John.
A weapon system is a combination of one or more weapons with all related equipment, materials, services, personnel, and means of delivery and deployment required for self-sufficiency.
Okay, so these are what I consider to be the first generation of drones. First, we have the MP-1 Predator. This drone was first produced by the United States, and it was the first large-scale drone that was used in combat. We first saw it introduced in 1995, and it saw combat use all the way up until 2018, where it was medically retired, or not medically retired, retired from service. And then so the U.S. military needed a new type of drone to, go out and do what they wanted it to do. So they came up with the MP-9 Reaper. The MP-9 Reaper had a longer range and payload. It was basically better in every aspect of the MP-1 Predator. It was first introduced in 2007 and is seeing combat use up until this day. Most recently, one was shot down actually last week by Iran. And a fun fact about the MP-9 Reaper, the first Medal of Honor to ever be recorded is actually recorded on that drone. Actually, there's 2 Medal of Honors in the same combat encounter, but what are y'all's opinions on drone warfare?
Pricey.
John?
I think it's a good way to do warfare, keeping our soldiers out of harm's way.
Okay.
I think it's very pricey because sometimes our tax monies are paying those type of drones and weapons and all that.
Okay. Anybody else?
It can be a bit dehumanizing in warfare since you're not seeing the destruction that's caused by a drone. It can feel like less real.
Okay.
There's also ethical concerns when it comes to autonomy. The drone function by itself has a
Definitely. Okay, so that kind of segues into our next topic is FPV drones. These are commonly used in Ukraine. Ukraine currently produces around 4 million of these a year to be used in combat operations. A lot of these drones nowadays, especially in Ukraine, are being tested with new technologies that are being developed and obviously tested in the war zone. Some of these devices are included with AI targeting and guidance software. This allows the drone to actually go and monitor troop movements, and it can differentiate who is friendly and who is an enemy force based on tactics that are used, and then it can go strike that target. Next, we have fiber optic drones. These are also another innovation that we've seen in Ukraine. It basically is a long fiber optic reel that is attached to the back of the drone, and it allows the drone to go and strike targets up to 20 miles away without any interference. No type of electronic warfare systems or anything like that can stop this drone from hitting its target. So who's harmed and who's benefited? So basically, pretty much, I feel like most people are harmed in this situation. You have soldiers in the military. Obviously, these targets, or these drones are often targeting military infrastructure or soldiers themselves. A lot of times these strikes are committed in unethical or unlawful legal gray zones where a lot of accountability really can't be held on one specific party. And then next we have the trust in the military. I believe that some of these strikes, if they are conducted and they have civilian casualties, it could produce more resentment for the military that is conducting the strikes. And then lastly, we have the psychological effects, both by the drone operators themselves and the soldiers. Obviously, soldiers who are in combat are going to have PTSD or other symptoms from drones like this. And then benefits, obviously, really the only people that benefit from this type of warfare are strategic leaders and the military or defense companies who are receiving contracts for this type of technology.
It's my understanding that Turkey was producing drones for $14 each or something, and just maybe, is that correct, something like that?
I don't know if it's that cheap. From what I've seen, most of the reports are, a lot of the drones that we're used in Ukraine are around $200 without the warhead. And they are often manufactured in-house. They have actual production facilities that they go in and produce the drones. So in conclusion, this technology is still extremely new. Drones are often very cheap. They come in a ton of different sizes. Pretty much any size you can imagine a drone is built in. There needs to be a lot more oversight and accountability for this type of warfare. I feel like a lot of these strikes need to be conducted in a more proper way. They need to have a lot of ethical considerations for who they are striking, and they need to have solid information about the targets that they are striking. Drones save lives, obviously, on the battlefield, but they do take them, and we must remember that. Thank you.